And welcome back. Dr. Drew Mcphail is here with information on idiopathic neuropathy. And I'll tell you what, define that for us if you would, please, sir, because that's a pretty big word.
Okay, idiopathic means from an unknown origin. With neuropathy, there's several different root causes or risk factors. Okay, we have metabolic risk factors. Most common metabolic risk factor would be diabetes for diabetic neuropathy. We have compressive risk factors, which happen within the spinal structures themselves, where we have degeneration of the discs between the vertebrae, where they put
Speaking of the spine now.
Yep, and what they do is they compress down, and then when they compress down, it puts pressure on the nerves, causing those nerves to dysfunction. Now, idiopathic neuropathy, this is people who present with the symptoms of neuropathy, but they don't have diabetes. Okay, they don't have degenerative disc disease. Okay, there's many other risk factors in our environment today. We have a lot more chemicals and toxins that are out there.
That can play a part of the body and what the body's supposed to be doing.
Right, and toxicity will cause neuropathy, cause the nerves to begin to dysfunction.
Tell us some of the different symptoms that involve, because when you do the compression of the spine and so forth, with the idiopathic neuropathy, sometimes it's very hard to detect, and you really have to go in and look at a lot of different things before you do your particular treatment.
Right. You have to determine what the cause of the condition is before you can appropriately address it. And some of the common symptoms we'll have for neuropathy would be numbness and tingling in the hands, fingertips, or even down in the lower extremities, down into your feet. Sometimes you can even have numbness and tingling into the torso, muscle weakness, cramping, things like this. And it's through evaluation process, we have to kind of find out, is it a metabolic disorder? Does it have something to do with your thyroid gland? Does it have something to do with insulin resistance? Or do you have degenerative disc disease? Is your spine wearing out and putting pressure on those nerves and causing them to dysfunction?
Let's say it is the spine is starting to wear out, and you got the vertebrae starting to get real close together, starting to mess with some of the nerves. And I've had that before, where I can go into different movements, different stretches, different yoga positions, and it starts to relieve that. But someone that might not be as physically active as I am has to have that relief in between those vertebrae to allow those nerves to do what they're supposed to do, instead of doing all that tingling and stuff and the handshaking and all that kind of garbage.
Right. What we have to do is decompress them, and that's what our DRS protocol, that's what we offer in our clinic, where we can basically take those discs and create a negative pressure, basically create a vacuum so that it sucks the water, oxygen, and nutrients back in there, which helps to decompress those nerves. And when we get the pressure off the nerves, the patient begins to
And I've been in your office, and I've seen those folks on the table, very relaxed. Some of them literally fall asleep. They're so relaxed. You put them in a particular position, laying on their back, their knees elevated, there's a little support that's there, and then you add just a little bit of pulling sensation, very mild. They don't even really realize that, and this is allowing, depending on where it is, and they're just relaxed, and they get up, and like I say, a lot of times they'll take a little nap, and they get up and they feel so relieved. The stress is gone. They're doing this, and they're going, wow, it's gone.
And things are starting to function again, and that's good. And beautiful thing of it, it's non-surgical. There are no injections. It's very comfortable for the patient, and it just gets phenomenal results.
Tell us about some of the free seminars you have, because a lot of times on Tuesday afternoons you do have those seminars, don't you?
Yeah. Well, this afternoon, or tomorrow afternoon, I have a workshop at 3 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the causes of neuropathy, whether it's the idiopathic, the compressive, or the metabolic, and what those presentations are and how we can effectively manage it.
And if people can't come to the seminar, they can always give you a call at what number?
Give me a call at 873-2225, which is 873-BACK, and we can let you know when the next seminar is, or we can get you scheduled for an appointment.
Dr. Drew Mcphail of Mcphail Chiropractic, right there in the Somerville area. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got a few more segments in just a moment, so stay with us.